What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming to you guys, well, with another market watch today. I forgot to tell some of you guys, I created a TikTok. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I mentioned it real quickly again in the beginning of this video. I created a TikTok. Links will be down below. Everything what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a random card. I'll make a quick TikTok video talking about it. We'll try it out and see how it works. If you guys want to check that out, make sure to follow me on here. Also want to say, guys, for some of you that might not know, I had a bit of a respiratory infection the past like week and a half, 2 weeks realistically, and it's for the most part gone. I'm gonna be going back to streaming on Twitch, and I would love it if you guys could come over and hang out with me. Today's gonna be my first day streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/YGO_Paisano. Once again, links will be down below. I would greatly appreciate if you guys came by and hung out with me. I have a brand new deck I'm playing today. Well, not new as far as like the new decks coming out, just as Impact, but a relatively new deck for me that I haven't played in a very long while. I'm really appreciative if you guys will come over and hang out. Say hi to your local Paisano. The market is horrible. The market's really bad. I feel like a lot of people are over-analyzing the simplicity of what's happening here. You see, when people see things like the first collector's rares out of 2 Chaos come out and be so much money and nobody having the ability to easily access it, well, obviously those cards worth a lot of money. Is it hard for you to get? You didn't jump on fast enough on these sealed booster boxes? And boom. Then Konami goes, alright, we're making another set, and it has collector's rares, and everyone bought it, opened it, stored it, sold it, and the values are, for the most part, relatively low. Then again, these collector's rares don't have anything else for collectors as much as they are competitive meta cards. Like, you know, a bunch of collectors love Nightmare Unicorn on one of, or Nightmare Phoenix. Like, what are you doing, Konami? Anyway, looking at just Impact, I mean, the lowest collector rare, Beat Cop, is roughly around $29. That is embarrassingly low. I do think these cards will have some value in the future. I think some of them will actually start going up a little bit after their initial, well, tank, and after their stabilization in their tank. But overall, looking at these cards, they're insanely low. And when you look at the cards out of Justice Impact, like Drighton Noah, the most expensive card out of the set, it is only $28. So, for this set, the money card is a $28 card. The second one, these are still pre-release prices, by the way. These will go down lower. The second most expensive card at Genesis Impact is Medianus Drighton. It's $12. Drighton's came second place this past weekend, and it doesn't matter. The values are still insanely inexpensive. This is the set worthless. Realistically, besides collector's rares, which is a gamble, for the most part, this set has almost zero money in it. It's insane to think that. But when you realize the fact that everyone buying into this set just trying to recoup their money right now because they thought they were going to hit another Toon Chaos, it kind of reminds me of Phantom Rage and how everyone saw all the previous core sets, all the money in the collector's rares, and they're like, Phantom Rage, it has collector's, it has the new Starlight rares? Alright, I'll take it. Everyone did that. Everyone opened it, everyone sorted it, everyone sold it on the line, and in order to be competitive, they had to take a killing in their wallets. I'll tell you right now, no matter what, as far as the market and what we're seeing is, I think I talked a little bit about this in my podcast. I might do another podcast and talk about it again, but the market is eating itself alive. One thing is for sure, Ghost format cards are only increasing. And it's happening as everyone's focusing on the newest, hottest thing. Not a lot of people are really realizing the fact that Ghost format cards are slowly, quietly being cleaned off the market, Paisanos. They're just going in and grabbing these cards and making the values go higher and higher and higher and higher. This market doesn't flatline. It doesn't tank. It only rises. But it doesn't knowing that you're focused on Justice Impact. It doesn't knowing that you're focused on Phantom Rage. It doesn't knowing that you're excited about the next hottest thing that will probably flop, being the fact that Konami knows, well, printing product after its initial hype kind of devalues it. Well, they'll figure it out eventually. Cards like Delinquent Duel, original print at a Magic Ruler with an $18 market price, no big deal. You get as low as $17. Well, that's $17 for Unlimited. Now, if you want a first edition version of this card, that value is going to go from $18 to about $35. Okay, that's not that bad. 18 to 35. I mean, it's pretty high, but you know. Then you realize the fact there's only a couple of pages on TCG, less than 2 pages on TCG Player that actually has this, and this will eventually spike at a crazy high price point. You got a card like a Zorro Priest, and by the way, by just saying that, a bunch of the Hobby League cards. So if you guys are into GOATs, it's going to be Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, arguably MST. I prefer the Ultimate Rares. Nevertheless, a Zorro Priest out of Hobby League 4, another great card in GOAT format. Well, it's roughly around $8 right now. And to be honest with you, I do see this market being cleaned out. You got Blaine Knight at Dark Beginning 2. Not too big. It's only an ultra rare. $22 market price where you get the, you know, roughly around $18, $19. And then it's $25. And then that one sells and it's $34. So, yeah, no big deal. Oh, by the way, this is the only page listing on TCG Player. It's only one page. That's it. All one-offs, by the way. Hey, you can always get a Royal Decree. Some builds of GOAT format decks run Royal Decree. $139 in the market price is what you wish it was. Is realistically $430 a copy. Oof. Listen, for anyone looking to play competitive current Yu-Gi-Oh! That's in the meta, that wants a valuable card that nobody's looking at right now, but it has good value, well, also the Earth Charmer, immovable, with a $3 market price, is actually roughly around $3 to $4 with shipping. This card's kind of decent in GOAT format, and yeah, there's a Starlight Rare version of the card if you want to get the Starlight Rare version of the card. It's only going to run you an extra, what? Also, it's about $3 to $4. This version is going to run you about a lot. It's like $335 difference. But nevertheless, you can get Starlight Rare if you want to, I guess, because it works for this one format. Don't know if it's going for anything else, but hey, that's pretty cool. One card I really like that a lot of people aren't looking at is Leisure Elysia Main. I don't know, it's a really cool secret rare out of Cybernetic Horizon. Only printing in Cybernetic Horizon with a $3 market price. The value, well, it's roughly around $3, $3 to $4 with shipping, depending how you get it with tax and all. Pretty good card still. I mean, I don't know, it's not good now, but when I see something that's a solo print secret rare, my spice has to start tingling. It tells me no one's looking at this card, solo print secret rare, go in and buy this card. Like Saphira, Queen of Dragons. I bought this a while ago, but I'm throwing it out there for you guys. An Ultimate Rare at Dose Alliance, almost a $9 market price, and Name It Unlimited are roughly around $8 with shipping. First edition versions are $9.50. After these are gone, by the way, over here, the next listings start roughly around 11. It's not really spiking out high in value, but then again, nobody's really looking at this card. This is a phenomenal Ultimate Rare that's just kind of, well, everyone's sleeping on. We saw very little play for Survivors to Ancient and Ascendant, and it has a reprinted version, but the Secret Rare of Age and Vengeance with an $8 price point is kind of, well, undervalued. It's roughly around $6. Once again, nobody's looking at this. I always like when nobody looks at secret rares that are kind of decent, like Majesty Fiend. I mean, it's only used in Monash right now, but this card eventually is going to find a deck it's going to fit in, and just, you know, make everybody talk about how this card should be banned. Majesty Fiend secret rare out of Primal Origins with a $6 market price is roughly around $7 with shipping. You want first edition versions roughly around $7.50. Once again, it's a secret rare, Primal Origins. There's other reprinted versions of the card, like the Megaton Super Rare and the Dual Devastator Ultra Rare. But if you want the highest rarity, it's a couple of bucks more. Wall of Illusions is a weird card. I remember playing this card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta back in the day. And looking at it right now, it's kind of money, but not really, but yes, but I don't know. It's something really happening with this card. I mean, Battle Pack 2 War of the Gods, the super rare version of the card, $10. Oh, by the way, after that one's gone, $35. Okay, it's kind of weird. One anomaly, V. Okay. Retro Pack 1, okay. That bad boy is roughly around $3 to $4. Okay, V, it's Retro Pack 1. Okay, fine. What about DT4? DT4 Wall of Illusion is $50. This is what's happening. I'm not mad. I'm just concerned, okay? I'm concerned that you're spending your money on bad things, paisanos. I'm concerned that when your boy V lays down for his hour power nap throughout the entire day, people go on the market, they grab their keyboard, they cock it like you know, and they're just buying crazy cards. That's all I'm concerned about. Don't make bad buys. That is a bad buy. There's no reason to buy this card. Maldochi Queen Tiramisu, by the way, is another card that if you have, you need to be selling as fast as possible. The common version coming out of Astro Pack 6 with a $7 market price is now bumped back up again, unless you want an Italian version, to roughly around $9, almost near $10 for common Tiramisu. Maldochi players, chill out. You also got Fishrock Blaster coming out of Astro Pack 6, a card which I really do like. I actually went and bought one of these because I think this card's too undervalued. The card with a $34 market price is actually roughly around $32 right now. $32 for a card that's currently, well, was on the balance, but not playable, but I think has potential. The other printing of the card comes out of Ancient Prophecy, so if you still want this card, in case it does, you're a big Water fan, you can still get the common, but the super rare, being this low, yeah, not catching me looking, I'm grabbing this card. Herald of Ultimatus is being used, obviously, in Drytons. I'm not sure if it's a 3 of. I think it's more or less a 1, maybe 2 of. The value of this card coming out in new challenges, original print with a $3 market price is roughly around $6. In fact, after that one's sold, the card goes to $9. Then you look at view of versions, and you can see that the Megaton has 10 listings, so this is probably gonna be going up soon. I mean, he's starting to do it already. It's roughly around $4 to $5 for the Megaton version. And then you got the rare coming out of Justice Impact, but it says Justice Impact, so obviously it's worth nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's how it works, I guess. I personally got the new challenges versions. I always like original print first editions. Some people might like the Megatons, because depending on the Megatons, they are harder to get. But I really do like the first edition original prints, because I just find that to be just nice. Debut version of cards out of their core sets. It's just good times. I don't know, something about that I really do like, Paisanos. Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of people say the market is either stabilizing or going down, but it's not really the case. Just like I showed you with Justice Impact, there are times in the market is going down because everybody thought they were gonna make a killing on this set. Turns out it doesn't happen, especially when Konami has collector's rares that are just not meant for collectors. Unlike Toon Chaos, which was meant for collectors, also competitive players and also casual players. Very smart. Looking at Justice Impact, nothing here is for casual, nothing here is for collectors, it's all for competitive players. It's just a really bad decision. And a little cool thing, in case anyone's like figuring out why did everyone still bought all the set. For the most part, I know when I had my store, in order to get a set like Toon Chaos, oh, I'm sorry, Justice Impact, and buy a lot of it, I would have to go to multiple vendors, okay, because you can't, unless you have built up enough credit with one vendor. And through those multiple vendors, you gotta go, how much can I get? And they'll look and they'll go, I can get you 8, let's say you want a lot, and you've been buying a lot, and you have a history of buying, I'll get you 8 cases. You're not gonna say no on a set that like Genesis Impact that has collector's rares at 8 cases. Majority of people that actually put the money in, the orders in to get this set is still fresh remembering Toon Chaos and how much money it was and how hard it was to get. So they don't want to be missing the behind the 8 ball on this one. So they're going in and saying, let me get as much as possible. That's why we're still seeing people hold a ton of Phantom Rage. I mean, boxes and boxes in cases of Phantom Rage. They're like, what do I do with this set? Because they said, wait a minute, core set? Whatever core set it was, they went in and grabbed it. And everyone said, you know what? I'm going to go in and grab me core sets because everyone has collector's rares. They're in the core sets, and everyone kept doing it and doing it and doing it. Of course, that house of cards was going to topple. Now, here's the real important question, Paisanos. What's going to happen with Starlight rares? This is very interesting. So let me just go over here real quickly. Because I've been thinking about this a lot, actually. More than I think I should. But still, what's going to happen with Starlight rares? Will they be like Ghost rares? Well, I think they started off on the path of being like Ghost rares. And in order for Starlight rares to fully be like Ghost rares, Konami's going to have to stop making these eventually. If they keep doing this within like 30, 40 sets, Starlight rares will lose value due to the fact that everyone can get them. Now, can they get an Appaloosa Starlight rare? No, that's a first. But they can still get other Starlight rares, meaning there's going to be less interest in a lot of other versions. It kind of devalues everything. When we have Ghost rares, there was a good amount of sets with Ghost rares, but for the most part, they're really hard to get still. Starlight rares kind of, but once again, if you make enough of them, it just devalues it. Ain't like with Ghost rares, where Konami didn't make, let's see, 1, 2, actually no, this is out of the core sets. Rising Rampage had, okay, I gotta do, hold on 1 second. We'll click on Rising Rampage. So Rising Rampage core set has 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a horrible looking one. 4 Starlight rares. Then we'll go into. Let's see. We'll got Rise of the Duels. It's another great example. Rise of the Duels has. I'm pretty sure it's all the same. I could be wrong. No, that's one has 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it ain't like this. It's realistically, if you put too much in, you water the market down. Even if it's a hard to get card, if you put too much in on the hard to get cards, well, there's tons of hard to get cards, means people will have them sporadically. When it comes down to these Starlight rares, I really do think that Konami needs to eventually stop making them. Now, here's the question. Which Starlight rares are going to be good for money in the long term? Well, I'll take, like I said a long time ago, I'll keep saying it, the best value is always going to be cards that don't see as much play, i.e. the extra deck cards. Even though we do have double sleeving, and it's good for cards like Lightning Storm and Triple Attack Talents, these are not going to hold as much value as cards like Appaloosa and IP Masquerena, and maybe the Wind Charmers, and which I'm not really excited about. I think Divine Zeus is going to spike, Perpetual might spike, Alamarius one day will spike, extra deck cards will spike, you know, tremendously due to the fact that they're just, you know, it's a good chance they're not being played as much, not being shuffled as much, so they'll have a better conditioning. Now, that's number 1. Number 2, the first of everything will always have the most value. What was the first Starlight Rare? Well, even though at a Rising Rampage, we got a couple of Starlight Rares, we got 4 of them all together. I felt like there was another one. Anyway, we got 4 of them. Appaloosa is the first big one, and this is going to hold the most value. Look at the Appaloosa Bodegas right now, Starlight Rare. The value of the card currently is roughly around $650, roughly. 675 realistically. These guys have like no sales, but about 675 for Appaloosa. Here's the crazy thing about Appaloosa and Starlight Rares in general. Appaloosa, when it first came out, was roughly around $250. The price slowly and eventually went up to as high as $400. In case anyone needs a little history lesson, Appaloosa went from $400. Everyone got the COVID check. Appaloosa went to $2,000, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, the Starlight Rare market's going crazy. What do we do?" And then the card of the Appaloosa cooled down to where we're seeing it right now, $675. Let's just say $700, nice and even, about $700. And everyone just goes, "Woo!" Wrong. The card went from 400 to 700, but it tricked you by going to 2,000. And this is the trick we're seeing here with a lot of these Starlight Rares. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I think the most important one is definitely going to be Appaloosa Bodegas. I'm also a big firm believer thinking that IP Masquerade is not a phenomenal example. You got other Starlight Rares like, Marita Seahorse, which was about 125 before, and it's back to being roughly around 125. And then it changed. It looked like it changed. I had the illusion it changed. So anyone looking at this market will go, "Oh, these cards are tanked in value." No, they stabilized. In the case of Marita Seahorse, it went back to exactly where it was. Exactly where it's almost at $1. In the case of other cards like Appaloosa, it rose, but it doesn't look like it rose because it used to be 200. But everyone forgot the fact that the card used to be $400 originally. So that's what's happening with a lot of these cards, and I feel like a lot of people are thinking this market is tanking, and it's like, yes, it is, but no, it's definitely not. It's just it's tricking you. Remember when Sky Striker Ace Rose was $800 because that one kid topped one event that one time with it? Yeah, it calmed back down, but it's still roughly around $340 for the card. It's still a lot of money. And in order to look at Starlight Rares and go, well, this tanked, these are relatively still new in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It ain't like Ghost Rare, Stars Dragon. That's price point have not only stabilized, has only slowly increased. These cards are still all over the place. And with the next check we're going to be getting, it's inevitable, by the way. I don't know when it's going to happen, but looking at the TV tells me it's inevitable that we're going to be getting it. When that happens, be damn sure, if not only the Starlight Rares, the Collector's Rares, a lot of sealed boxes, cards, sealed boxes, and maybe even Justice Impact, maybe for Phantom Rage, they might actually start having value. As you can players take that money, they should be paying for bills, should be responsible, but whatever. I don't care. I need Starlight Rares and dunking it into the Yu-Gi-Oh market, further increasing the cards' prices. And we might see Ace Rose go back up to $800, $900, $1,000, and then we'll go, oh my God, and then it'll settle back down to like $500, and everyone's like, oh, great. But the card used to be, as you see it right here, $340. The cool thing about these market watches is the fact that you can see, go back to looking at the old Starlight Rares when Appaloosa came out, Rising Rampage, Out of Chaos Impact with IP Masquerade. 2 amazing Starlight Rares, by the way. And you can see when I talked about it, I said this is going to happen to them. Now, I didn't know nobody knew really about COVID back then, or the COVID checks, but seeing these cards hold good value, seeing these cards not only maintain good value, but slowly increase in value, something I think we can all understand that is going to continue to happen as time goes on with this game. And whether or not people go in and grab this when they get the opportunity to grab it and hold it, that's the hardest part. Is really inconsequential to the fact that these cards are going to maintain a high price point, if not only increasing higher in value. Don't let the market pros fool you for Starlight Rares. We're talking, dancing around $100 and not being updated whatsoever. But real quick, I just want to say something real quick. I own Appaloosa. I own IP Masquerade. I'm looking to get my playset Triple Texas Talents. I might go and grab some other ones. I believe in Starlight Rares, is what I'm trying to say. I believe in the fact that Starlight Rares will hold good value. I believe Konami will not just like reprint these as Starlight Rares and just throw them out to everybody in the original text. I don't think they'll kill their own market because it'll be really bad business. And I do believe that Konami, in order to create a stable market, because I know the sealed market also needs a secondary market for the most part, they're going to need this Starlight Rares to hold good value. And I think ultimately getting rid of the Starlight Rares and putting a new rarity in the game, which would be really cool. Maybe even bringing back Ghost Rares would be really fun and exciting. They kind of did it, but not really. That would also make the game a lot more interesting. Any puzzles? Let me know what you guys think about this. This is something I was thinking about the other day. A couple of days ago, actually, I was thinking about like Starlight Rares and what's going to happen, and how the fact that people are kind of panic selling because they want to make as much money as possible. Some people are holding, waiting for it to go back up, which I think it's going to. And yeah, it's kind of like how Bitcoin was. Bitcoin went from like 0.05 cents to like $6, and everyone sold and made a lot of money, to be honest with you. Bitcoin just broke its records over $21,000 per one Bitcoin. Bitcoin used to be 75 bucks when I bought mine, and everyone laughed at me. 75 bucks a Bitcoin. They're like, it used to be $6, now it's 75. You're an idiot. And I'm like, this is called investing. Hold your coins, hold your value, hold your cards. There's a chance it can go up in value. That's the investment part. And this is what I'm doing. I'm only telling you what I'm doing, Paisanos. You can right now watch this video and go, oh, that's really interesting, and sell your Starlight Rares. I'm not. I'm holding these. These are going to go up higher in value. No doubt in my mind. The only question is, which are going to be the most valuable, which are going to be easiest to get, that's going to hold good value, and which way, you know, might not hold as good value. And that one is probably going to be, you know, trap card. This might be the card that is going to be like $3,000, by the way. This card also is roughly around $145. When it first came out, the Starlight Rares card was $60. Raise your hand if you remember that, Paisanos. Guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to comment in the comments down below. Comment for algorithm. Get your boy V up there. And if you have any questions, you want to talk about Starlight Rares, you want to talk about like cards instead, you want to talk about gold format, which I like to buy gold format every now and then. So I'll buy like 3 or 4 cards at a time in gold format. And I'll start with like a low revenue version of a deck, and then slowly buy 3 or 4 cards. I'll nitpick as far as what I personally want, and slowly get to the higher and higher and higher and higher. The more that course means to me, the more my deck is for the most part complete, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Check your boy V out on Twitch, Paisanos, twitch.tv / YGO_Paisano. Links to be down below. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos, you Paisanos have a great day.